One ordinary Friday night changed everything. A frightened 16-year-old repeatedly begged her mother, "Come get me, I'm scared." Those heartbreaking moments were captured on audio and video. By the next morning, Karlie Guse had vanished without a trace. What really happened during her final known hours? Karlie Lane Guse was born on May 13, 2002. She was the daughter of Lindsay Fairley and Zachary Guse. When Karlie was 3 years old, her parents separated and later divorced. In 2009, Zachary married Melissa. Over time, Karlie and her brother moved into the household shared by Zachary and Melissa, who also had 2 children together. Their blended family established a new routine while raising the 4 children under the same roof. In August 2018, the family relocated to White Mountain Estates, a rural neighborhood located approximately 12 miles north of Bishop, California. The area was surrounded by open land and scattered homes, creating a quiet setting separated from the center of town. The move placed the family in a different environment while maintaining their daily responsibilities and routines. Karlie attended Bishop Union High School during this period. Alongside her studies, she worked part-time at the same title company where Melissa was employed. Balancing school and work formed part of her regular schedule. At 16 years old, Karlie also began dating Donald Arrowood, adding another important relationship to her everyday life before the events that later drew public attention. Before her disappearance, people close to Karlie reported changes in her behavior. Friends described episodes during which she became convinced that someone was tracking her cell phone. She repeatedly expressed fear connected to that belief, yet she never identified any person or group whom she believed was responsible for monitoring her device. According to the available background information, these concerns were discussed before the night she disappeared and were remembered by those who knew her. These reported episodes became part of the known timeline, leading into October 2018. They provided background about Karlie's state of mind, without explaining why she held those fears or suggesting any conclusion about their cause. As the days passed, her family, school life, work, and relationships appeared to continue within their normal structure. That context forms the foundation for understanding the sequence of events immediately preceding Karlie Guse's disappearance. Friday, October 12, 2018, began as a normal day. She asked Melissa for permission to attend her high school's football game that evening. Believing Karlie planned to spend the night at the game with other students, Melissa agreed. Unknown to her, Karlie's actual plan was different. Instead of attending the football game, Karlie intended to go to a party on Dixon Lane with her boyfriend, Donald Arrowood. As the evening continued, Melissa contacted Karlie to check on her and asked whether she needed a ride home. Karlie replied that Donald would drive her home, allowing Melissa to believe she remained where she had originally said she would be. At that point, Melissa still had no indication that Karlie had gone somewhere else or that anything unusual had happened during the evening. According to Donald, Karlie used marijuana while they were at the party. He stated that she had not smoked for some time before that night and experienced a severe reaction shortly afterward. As the evening progressed, her behavior changed noticeably. Donald said Karlie became frightened by the music playing around her and increasingly terrified of him, despite his presence throughout the evening. He also described her becoming intensely paranoid as the reaction continued. Donald explained that the two eventually stepped outside to get fresh air. While they were outside, he attempted to comfort Karlie by giving her a hug. According to his account, she panicked immediately, pulled away, and ran into the darkness. As she fled, she repeatedly told him not to follow her, leaving him behind, while she disappeared from his view along the dark roadway. At approximately 8:45 p.m., Karlie placed an urgent phone call to Melissa. During the call, she admitted that she had not been at the football game. She pleaded for Melissa to come and pick her up immediately. Karlie said she was running down Dixon Lane and repeatedly expressed that she was scared. Melissa quickly left to find her, after learning where she actually was. Melissa soon located Karlie walking alone in the darkness along Dixon Lane. When she reached her, Karlie appeared extremely pale, and Melissa immediately noticed that her pupils were significantly dilated. Those observations marked the beginning of a night that would become central to the investigation into Karlie Guse's disappearance. and the unanswered questions that followed in the days ahead. After Melissa picked Karlie up on the evening of October 12, 2018, the drive home did not calm the situation. Although Karlie was safely inside the vehicle, she remained visibly frightened throughout the trip. According to the available background information, she repeatedly changed seats because she believed the car might kill her. Her fear persisted despite Melissa's efforts to reassure her, and the unusual behavior continued for the entire journey back to the family home. Once they arrived home, Karlie's distress did not diminish. Instead, her emotions shifted repeatedly as the evening continued. At different moments, she appeared afraid of her parents, then turned to them for reassurance and comfort. She repeatedly said that she did not know what was wrong with her, making it clear that she was confused by what she was experiencing. Alongside those expressions of fear, she also talked about wanting to paint her toenails, spend time coloring, and read the Bible. The combination of fearful statements and ordinary requests reflected the changing pattern of her behavior throughout the night. Around 10 p.m., Melissa decided to begin secretly recording Karlie's behavior. According to the supplied background information, her intention was not to document evidence for an investigation, but to show Karlie the recordings the following day. Melissa hoped the videos and audio would demonstrate how marijuana had affected Karlie's judgment and help her understand what had happened during the evening. Those recordings would later become the final documented record of Karlie's condition before her disappearance. The audio recordings described in the available information captured several emotional conversations between Karlie and Melissa. During those exchanges, Karlie repeatedly apologized and thanked Melissa for coming to pick her up. She told Melissa that she loved her several times and asked whether she intended to call 911. Karlie also questioned whether she would survive until the following day and, at certain moments, expressed fear that Melissa intended to kill her. Throughout the conversations, Melissa consistently attempted to reassure her and responded calmly to her concerns. According to the background information, Fox News reviewed one recording lasting 8 minutes and 45 seconds. During that recording, Karlie could be heard crying, apologizing repeatedly, and saying that she did not want to sleep. The recording documented the continuing fear she expressed, despite Melissa's repeated attempts to comfort and reassure her throughout the conversation. As the night continued, Karlie spent hours writing on what the family believed was a therapy exercise sheet. Melissa remained with her throughout the late evening and early morning hours, staying by her side until after 3 a.m. Those hours together marked the family's final documented time with Karlie before the events that unfolded the following morning and ultimately became central to the investigation into her disappearance. After spending the night together, Melissa and Karlie eventually fell asleep during the early morning hours of October 13, 2018. At approximately 5:45 a.m., Melissa briefly woke and noticed Karlie sitting nearby, quietly writing on a piece of paper. Seeing nothing that immediately appeared unusual, Melissa went back to sleep. When she awoke again at approximately 7:15 a.m., Karlie was no longer inside the home. Melissa immediately began searching through the house, checking every room before looking outside in the backyard. Finding no sign of Karlie, she quickly got into her vehicle and started driving through the surrounding neighborhood. The search focused on nearby roads and open areas where Karlie might have walked after leaving the house. As the minutes passed without locating her, concerns steadily increased. During the search, Melissa encountered a neighbor who reported seeing a teenage girl walking south sometime between approximately 6:30 and 7 o'clock that morning. The reported sighting provided the family with the only immediate indication of Karlie's possible direction of travel after leaving the house. At the same time, Zachary searched the surrounding area by vehicle from a higher location, hoping the elevated viewpoint would allow him to spot Karlie somewhere within the rural landscape. Despite those efforts, neither Melissa nor Zachary found any trace of her. After the family's search proved unsuccessful, Melissa contacted 911 and reported Karlie missing. Law enforcement responded and began documenting the circumstances surrounding her disappearance. Investigators determined that Karlie's cell phone, money, and glasses remained inside the home. They also found no signs of forced entry or evidence suggesting anyone had entered the residence during the night. As investigators reconstructed the timeline, they also gathered statements from people who had attended the party the previous evening. Donald Arrowood explained that everyone present had smoked the same marijuana and stated that no one besides Karlie experienced an unusual reaction. James Doolin provided a similar account, saying that nobody else displayed comparable behavior after using the marijuana that night. Donald's father also confirmed that Donald remained home after returning from the party, while James stated that he likewise stayed at home throughout the entire. Following Karlie's disappearance, investigators continued examining the available evidence to verify the timeline established by witnesses and family members. One important step involved reviewing surveillance footage from the residence where the party on Dixon Lane had taken place. According to the available information, the recordings showed Karlie, Donald Arrowood, and James Doolin arriving at approximately 6:04 p.m. Later footage captured the three leaving the property around 8 p.m. The recorded times supported the sequence of events previously described by Donald and James during interviews with investigators. Law enforcement also seized the marijuana that had been used during the gathering. The material was submitted for laboratory testing to determine whether it contained any additional substances that might explain Karlie's unusual reaction. According to the reported findings, the marijuana had not been laced with any other drugs. Investigators nevertheless sought more information regarding where it had originated. However, Donald and James reportedly provided only limited details concerning its source during the investigation. As investigators expanded the search, witness accounts from the morning of October 13 became increasingly important. One witness reported seeing a teenage girl matching Karlie's description at approximately 6:30 a.m. The girl was described as wearing a white t-shirt, gray sweatpants, and carrying a white piece of paper while walking south. Later that morning, another witness observed a similarly dressed teenage girl walking west toward Route 6 at approximately 7:15 a.m. A third witness also reported seeing a teenage girl standing near Route 6 at approximately 7:20 a.m. Based on those reported sightings, investigators concluded that Karlie likely traveled south from her home before turning west toward Route 6. According to the available information, that location marked the point where her confirmed trail effectively ended. From there, no verified sightings or physical evidence established where she went next. The search for Karlie expanded significantly as multiple law enforcement agencies joined the effort. Search teams covered an area extending approximately 10 miles from the location where she was last believed to have traveled. Despite the extensive operation and coordinated efforts by numerous personnel, the searchers failed to locate Karlie or determine what happened after her reported movement toward Route 6. Following the extensive searches conducted after Karlie Guse's disappearance, the investigation continued through additional legal proceedings and new information provided to investigators. According to the available background information, one development occurred in January 2019. During that month, James Doolin pleaded guilty to contributing to the delinquency of a minor in connection with Karlie's marijuana use on the night before she disappeared. That legal outcome became one of the documented events connected to the case after the initial search efforts had concluded. The investigation later received another significant development during the spring of 2021. According to the supplied information, a tipster contacted investigators with a new account regarding Karlie's possible movements after she disappeared. The tipster claimed that Karlie had been picked up along Route 6 and transported to Tonopah, Nevada. The information further stated that Karlie had later been seen with other individuals after arriving there. The tipster also provided investigators with a description of the vehicle reportedly involved. Based on that information, police searched the described vehicle as part of the continuing investigation. Investigators also identified a person of interest connected to the vehicle while examining the claims made by the tipster. According to the available background information, law enforcement considered the information credible and continued evaluating it as part of the case. When explaining why the information had not been reported sooner, the tipster reportedly stated that they had been using drugs at the time the events allegedly occurred. That explanation was included in the information provided to investigators as they assessed the credibility of the account. Despite years of investigation, multiple search efforts, witness interviews, and later investigative leads, Karlie Guse's disappearance remains unresolved according to the supplied background information, and the circumstances surrounding what happened after she vanished continue to be unknown.